All righty. So we're going to introduce to you, I don't have to say who she is because, guys, you know she's been helping us, each and every one of us, learn so much about this Bizrunner. So, Miss Nakima, if you're on, welcome and let's get started.
Welcome, everyone, and good morning. Thank you so very much, Ree. Up early on the other side of the country. Thank you so very much for taking care of the difference makers and making it happen for so many people. Ginny, good morning.
Good morning. We're taking care of the other line too, so we had one or two people, and they're coming over.
Thank you so very much, guys. It's, you know, like they say, dream work and teamwork makes the dream work, and that's so very true in this situation here. So, guys, good morning. This morning, we're going into Bizrunner again. For those of you who are joining us for the first time and want to know what this is all about, today we're talking about a technology or an app that we can use to actually help us to grow our businesses on a daily basis. It's how we interact with our prospects. So I wanted to take the time every Monday to answer your questions regarding the business, okay? And using this app with your prospects. So let's start off with you this morning. How is it going? What's working? What's not working? And where are you having a problem before I start digging in this morning? Who'd like to share? Oh, I see more cameras on this morning, which is good. Everybody's getting up early. Hi, Miss Raylene. Hi, Miss Raylene. How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm fine. Yes, great to be here. Thank you very much. Thank you for doing this. When I'm on the Bizrunner, every time I've found somebody in a circle and then I want to go back, I always have to go, I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly. I always have to go way back to the beginning. I go to home, or can I just go from circle to circle? I'm not sure.
You can always go, you touch on your circles. Your circles are one of the, if you're looking for people who are all in your presentation queue, your circles are the best place to go. So I'm gonna let me do a screen share here and go to Bizrunner. All right. So so the question that Raylene puts to us this morning is she's trying to find her people quickest, right? Miss Raylene, circle number 2 is what? Do you remember? Who is in circle number 2?
Contacting.
Give me another way to describe the people who are in circle number 2.
People that I want to talk to them about setting up a time for a demo.
Great. All right. And who's in circle number 3?
People that I am giving a demo to or have already given a demo to.
Okay, so let's switch that around. It's all the people you have an appointment with.
Okay.
This is all the people you have an appointment with in circle number 3. All the people you have an appointment with. And sometimes you have people in there who you made an appointment with them, but then they canceled the appointment or they no-showed for the appointment. So you're continuing to reach out to them to reschedule that appointment. Okay,
right.
So they're going to be in circle number 3. And who's in circle number 4?
Ones that have already seen the demo, and I'm contacting them again so that I can get to 5.
That's right. So you can close the sale, help them to take action. Awesome.
Right.
And number 5 is?
Yes, those are the ones who have purchased a wonderful Kangen machine.
All right. So your customers, your team members, your referral partners will all be in circle number 5. So I think you have the crux of it. And circle number 1 is who?
The list of people that are on my phone. Unfortunately, I put everybody on my phone on that list, so it's a little crazy, but I'm working with it.
Okay. Now, circle number 1, to add to that, is not only the people who are on your phone, but everybody from all of these additional 4 lists, plus your prospecting, plus your phone lists are all in this one, number 1. So I try to tell everyone on team to make it easier for you. If you need to look for someone, I wouldn't go to circle number 1. I would go to the appropriate circle that they were in. So if I know I was going to be this person, I haven't seen a presentation, I'm going to go straight into my contacting queue. Right?
Okay.
If I know I already did a presentation for this person, then I'll go straight to the follow-up queue. So the easiest way, that's one of the easiest ways to find people, right, is to go to the appropriate circles, and by clicking on the circle, it'll take you directly to that list of people. See on the top here, it says presentation queue. Now, one other fast way, to give you another fast way to find people, let's say you spoke to someone earlier in the week. Let's say it's Monday and you met like 5 new prospects. And now this is Thursday and you're trying to remember what you did with the people that you met earlier this week. The fastest way to find them is to go to at the bottom here where it has the medal. I would click on that, and that medal, it'll take you back to this spot here. And all of the people that you've just spoken to this week, see it says this week, they would show up under making a list or contacting, presenting, following up, or enrolling. So if you click on it, you'll be able to see it. So we'll do something like that today. All right?
Okay,
so,
super. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, guys, so that was a nice start off this morning with a question by Miss Raylene where she was getting stuck. Anyone else before I dip into results and actions and result taken? So anyone else have a question that they'd like to throw up on the board this morning before we get started? Ooh, look at all the difference makers. This is nice. No other questions where anyone's getting stuck? All right. Okay, I'll go right into it. Okay, so let's talk today about the profile card. So I'm going to pick someone from my circle number 2, which is the person I haven't done anything with yet. I'm still contacting them to take action. All right, so I'm going to click on Marcus Aurelius. So Marcus Aurelius, I have him here. This is his contact card. His status is contact has been scheduled for Tuesday, July 9th. So it's just contacting him. This is just a phone call. I'm trying to call Marcus Aurelius to get him to say yes, to a presentation first by finding out his pain and what his needs are before offering that to him. So I've scheduled, it says here, contact has been scheduled for Tuesday, July 9th. So they were moved into Bizrunner contacting queue on Tuesday, July 9th at 7:23 p.m. So one of the things I want to touch on before I go into deeper on these 2 buttons of action taken and result of contact is I want to talk about the time stamping and the importance of time stamping in Bizrunner. Time stamping serves a really important purpose. I remember hearing from Eric Worre, there was this woman who really took her business to the next level. Boom, she was blowing it up. And they asked her what was one of the things that she did that was different. And she said, when I started contacting people, I started writing notes about the time that I contacted them, what was said, and all of that good stuff. And then when I call them back, or the person said, you never called me back, she can go in and say, well, I called you on, let's say, Tuesday, July 9th, and I called you around 7:23 in the afternoon, right? She started to get so specific like that everyone knew that, oh my goodness, I couldn't really fake her out because she was very specific on taking notes. Another good point about time stamping is that if you wanted to run a contest with your team members, right? Eventually you have a group of people and you want to send them, you want to give a some sort of an award for work being done. It might be a trip. I just was speaking at a spa 2 weeks ago, and the owner of that spa was running a promotion that allowed, they get 5 days, all expenses paid, to Dominican Republic or somewhere, you know, really cool, for them to have 5 days off for the most sales, right? So time stamping is really super important, because if the contest ran between specific days and specific times, and it said that you had to have X amount done per day, now you have your proof because it's time stamped. So it's really important for everyone to learn how to use Bizrunner in real time, right? It may be a little bit challenging at first, but learn to use it in real time. All right, guys, so let's go into these 2 points today that I want to talk about. The importance, if you get these 2 points, I think you'll be good and ready to run in Bizrunner. And that is the action taken and the result of. Now I say result of because this result of will change based on the circle or the group or list that the person is in. So I'm gonna put some notes on the side here. It says action taken, but the result, I'm gonna put, it could be result, R-E-S-U-L-T. So it could be result of, and I'm gonna put a couple dots here, and then it could be result of contact. It could be result of presentation, and it could be result of follow-up. All right, follow up. So it can be, so the result of contact in this case, it's because this person is in the contacting queue. If I picked up the phone and reached out now, right, it would be the result of the contact. If the person was in the presentation queue, then it would be saying result of presentation if I was supposed to meet with them for a presentation, right? And then result of follow-up is after I say, okay, I'm following up with the person, what was the result when I did follow up with them? So action taken and result of follow-up, result of contact, presentation, or follow-up, these are where you're gonna be really focusing your attention on, all right? And Miss Rebecca was really great by showing us the status, which was right in front of us. The status tells you what queue the person is in. This person is in the contacting queue. Marcus Aurelius is in the contacting queue. If he was in the presentation queue, it'll tell you up top. It'll also tell you the next steps, right? Contact to schedule a presentation. Or you can add your own next steps in this box up here. So let's come back here, all right? So let's say I contacted Marcus, all right? So these are the action taken here. The actions taken is that I either made a phone call, I sent a text message, I met in person, I sent an email. It could be an EWS email, it could be an email from your Gmail, Yahoo, whichever one. Social media posts, you may have sent them a message on Messenger, or you may have posted directly to their wall, or you could have left a voice message, send a card, or other action taken. So I'm gonna say that I made a phone call to Marcus Aurelius, right? So there goes a timestamp, right? Now I'm gonna ask, it's gonna ask me for what happened. So I'm gonna enter a note, quick note. Spoke to Marcus. All right, spoke with Marcus. If you're following along on your phone, you know, that's okay, you can do this with me. Spoke with Marcus. He is available to share with me his philosophy. Just play on words, Marcus Aurelius. Okay, Marcus Aurelius, okay? Share with me his philosophy, all right? And to, let me see, and to hear mine on health. All right, so I get to hear his philosophy, and then he gets to hear my philosophy on health. All right, so I'm gonna save that. I'm just gonna, so to save it, by just coming to the top here and clicking on save, you see it drops down the note right here. I can open up the note and I could see more. I can even add more to it if I want. All right, and then save whatever changes I made to the note right in this box, save. So now here we have action taken, made a phone call, and I spoke to Marcus. Now let's go on to the result of contact. Result of contact. So the result was I spoke with Marcus and he was available. And so we scheduled a presentation. So these are my options: schedule a presentation, gave a presentation, enrolled in my business, not interested at all, check back in a week, schedule contact, other results. So I'm going to click on schedule presentation. All right, so right away my calendar opens up and asks me when. All right, so I'm going to leave it as today's date, and I'm going to select at, let's say 8:30 a.m. All right, and I'm going to hit done, and I'm going to hit done, and I'm going to hit save. All right, so my presentation is scheduled for today. All right, now guys, the only way to make changes or to see where this went is you have to leave the page. You have to leave this area here. So I'm going to click on save again for good measure, and then I'm going to go and hit the home button at the bottom. So who can tell me what circle did Marcus go into? What circle, where would I find Marcus Aurelius at this point? Back to you guys. So tell me, where would I find Marcus Aurelius?
Number 2.
He would be in what circle, Daryl?
Number 2.
Why would he be in circle number 2?
Because you haven't given the presentation yet.
Interesting. Anyone else agrees with Daryl?
I would say he's in number 3.
Why would you say he's in circle number 3, Beverly?
Yeah, because you scheduled the presentation, so he's in the presentation queue, and until you give the presentation, he'll come out until you.
All right, so let's go take a look, see if Daryl or. So we're gonna first go to check out what Daryl says. I'm gonna go to circle number 2, and I'm going to look for Marcus. So he should be under M. So this is my M. I have Maxine Lyons, Michelle Obama, and Michelle Raley. All right, so these are my M's. We don't have Marcus Aurelius here. So Daryl, what do you think about that?
I think I was wrong.
Do you understand? It's not about being wrong. Forget about being wrong, but rather, do you understand? Let's see if we find him here in M. Under, in this area here, there he goes, Marcus Aurelius.
Okay.
Right? So do you see the reasoning behind him being in the presentation queue?
Yes, and after the presentation, he'll move to the follow-up.
Right. Right. So it says here, and I just came back in, which is what Beverly was saying. Remember, once you schedule a presentation, the person now, Bizrunner moves them into the presentation queue. All right? They move them into the presentation queue. So they're going to stay there until you've completed the presentation with them. And how do you complete the presentation with them? How does Bizrunner know when you complete the presentation with them? Is when you say the result of the presentation, what happened at the presentation. So let's say action taken here, all right, met in person. Let's say Marcus was good. Marcus showed up, right, on time and everything for the presentation. And let's say met in person. So I met him in person on the day of the presentation, because it says here, status presentation has been scheduled for on the date, right? And it says here, next step, share presentation, because he's in the presentation queue. So Bizrunner is telling you everything you need to know about where Marcus is in this process. Share the presentation. You don't have to think. All you have to do is read and follow the instructions, right? And met in person, which is what you said here. And let's say he purchased, Marcus purchased a K8. He filled out the paperwork for a K8. And let's say full pay. All right, full pay. So now you just hit the save button for that, right? So now the result of the presentation, who would like to tell me what was the result of the presentation? So you have a whole bunch of options: reschedule presentation, enrolled in my business, schedule a follow-up, not now, follow up in a week, not now, specify when, send more information, no show, not interested, other results. You have to read these and you have to ask yourself the question, what is this? All right, before making a selection. So who would like to tell me what is the result of this presentation that I had with Marcus? I can't see everyone. So Janine, if you're seeing everyone and someone raised their hand, just let me know, because I can't see everyone.
No hands raised.
No hands raised. Okay, Miss Raylene.
Beverly just raised hers.
Okay, hold on a second. Because Miss Beverly, I know you're pretty good. So hold on one second. Let me try Miss Raylene. Miss Raylene.
Oh, you can see me. Okay. Enrolled in my business.
Enrolled in your business. Okay, so enrolled in the business. All right. Now, the question to you is, how do you know he's enrolled in the business? I haven't said it yet. All right. We're just assuming at this point that he's enrolled in your business. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is just to bring to everyone's attention that enrolled in my business means that the person bought the product from you. Okay. It could be that the person is a distributor, and it could be that the person is a customer. I just want everyone to be aware that enrolled in my business means all three. It doesn't matter whether the person is a customer or if the person is a customer or the person is a distributor. Doesn't matter. Okay, it really doesn't matter. So thank you so very much for that, Miss Raylene. So enrolled in my business. Now notice the moment that I say enroll in my business, the result, once the result says enrolled in my business, I select that option. It opens a third option asking me the type of enrollment. Now, if you're moving too fast, all right, if you're moving too fast, if you're tapping your screen and you're impatient and all of that, you're not giving the computer the time to process things, you can end up getting all lost. So I want you to just take your time, all right? So the type of enrollment. For me, I move quickly now because I have the skill, because I've been working on it a while. So the type of enrollment is the person a distributor, a preferred customer, or a retail customer. Let's say that Marcus Aurelius is a not retail customer, a preferred customer. He just wants to, get his money back. Okay, so he's willing to make a referral. So let's put him as a preferred customer. Now, in another company, preferred customer may mean something different, okay? In our company, we're going to use preferred customer to mean a person who bought the device and they're not interested in doing the business at this time, but they're willing to make some referrals to you so if they can get their money back, right? If they got the top device, an SD501, it'll take about 9 sales to get their money back. Okay, 9 sales. 9 full pay sales, just so I'm clear. So I'm going to click on preferred and then come over here. And it says, what date and time will you be meeting with Marcus Aurelius to make sure they receive the products and understand how to use them? So this is really important, right? It's telling you what you should be doing after making a sale. You don't just send it, have it shipped to their house, and then that's it. Your job is to make sure to educate the person on how to use it. So let's put in here, sorry, make sure I stay on time here. All right, so let's put in here that 9 o'clock, all right, 9 o'clock today, 9 p.m. today, I'm gonna meet with him, all right, to educate him. And let's hit the save button. All right, this is just for training purposes. Now where I have to leave this, I need to leave this area because I've saved everything. I've done what I'm supposed to do. And now I'm going to go back to the home screen. And now I get congratulations for getting Marcus, right, as an enrollee. I know I have Ronnie, I don't know if she's on today, she had an issue where she had 2 enrollments, but only 1 showed up. So it had to be that a step was missed, Ronnie, if you're on this morning, why that person did not show up. So it doesn't matter whether the person is a customer, if they're a preferred customer, or they are a distributor with you when they sign up, you will always get a medal for that sale. Ginny, anything you want to jump in there with?
Oh, you are doing so great, and I'm glad you brought that up. So if you post it, we could just tag her and she could get to this point. So we'll say it's like 27 minutes into it. Great description.
Great, awesome. Thank you so very much. All right, guys. So so now we have, and if I click on circle number 5, right, you will find, I will find Marcus Aurelius here listed as a preferred customer in circle number 5. All right, if I click on this, all right, it opens up Marcus's profile here, right? Now, I still have to do things with him, all right? So I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen after the enrollment, all right? Let's say you gave, you met with Marcus, all right? You made a phone call and you've confirmed, all right, that you're going to be meeting next steps. Your meeting selects next steps, right? So now this person is not, you're following up in a week, following up in 2 weeks. You still have to keep in contact with Marcus. But let me show you what's going to happen to Marcus. If I say, schedule a specific appointment, okay? Let's assume this is after 9 p.m., right? Let's just say I'm scheduling another appointment with him for a different day. Let's say on October 1st, I need to meet him at a specific time. Let's say 7 p.m. He's home from work, and hit the done button. Now it comes in here. Now I want to show you guys something. All right. Marcus Aurelius will always stay in circle number 5, right? He will always remain there. But take a look at this. If you click on the bottom of the screen here in this calendar, and I click on that little calendar, all right, hold on a second. If I went to this little calendar here, if I went to October 1st, all right, notice I have a orientations team follow-ups for today. These are all the people in your team that you need to follow up with, either have a spam call with, support partner accountability meeting. You might be meeting with them to teach them or go out on the road with them. They will all show up in this orientations team follow-up for today in your business. So on October 1st, the meetings that I have with members of my team, I can find them right here on my calendar of the day. All right, for my calendar of the day. All right, so I'm gonna go back. Let's click on Marcus Aurelius again. All right, So now Marcus, it says here status preferred customer, meeting scheduled for a particular day, okay? And now it has reschedule, action taken, select next step. So the action taken here will still remain the same, and the next steps will be follow up in a week, 2 weeks, set a specific appointment, process complete. It can be, let's select process complete and see what's going on. And then there's change enrollment type. So this is what we were looking for last week, guys, right? We were trying to figure out how to change a person's enrollment type. If the person was enrolled as a customer and now you want to make sure that they're enrolled as a distributor, you can click right on here to change enrollment type. And if it says type of enrollment will come up again, and then you can click on drop down and I can change him to a distributor. Okay. And it says this time, look at it's changed here. What time, date and time, will you be meeting with Marcus Aurelius to do an orientation? To do an orientation on your company, the products, and the compensation plan. So once a person becomes a distributor, your job changes as to what you have to do with that person in particular. All right, so that was a lot, but I just wanted to kind of come in here and do that piece. Go ahead, Jenny.
May I ask one question too? I noticed, and I want to make sure that you tell me if that's correct or not. When you keep doing, I'm going to use the word follow-up on purpose. When you do follow-ups with people who are already distributors in your organization, I believe that I noticed like a long time ago that doesn't count towards follow-ups if you're going for like bronze or silver or something. It's only the follow-ups that precede the enrollment in your company. Is that correct, Nikki?
That is 100% correct. Bizrunner will not give you credit or a medal or a point for following up only with a team member. Okay. All right. They only give you point for the actions that's going to create income in your business. Thank you. That was a great one, Ginny. That's a great one. Okay. So guys, one thing I want to show you before we go into Q&A is I'm going to click on that little medal at the bottom, and then you see it comes up here that I have one enrollment. But look at what happens here. Look at how Bizrunner gives you your points. Okay. Take a look here. You got a point for one for contacting. And here you will find Marcus Aurelius's name because you contacted him and you got a point, right? He said, so you had a successful contact. So you'll get a point for a successful contact. Then under presentation made, you will find Marcus Aurelius again. You will get another point for that because you had a successful presentation. You're not going to get the point for presentation until the presentation has been completed, right? And you're not, so you're contacting, when your contacting is good and you schedule the person to be presented to, that point will go to contacting, effective contacting. It will not go to presenting. Right? So people get confused. They're like, oh, I don't see anything in my presentation queue. It's going to show up under contacting because you effectively contacted and got the person to say yes to a presentation. Presentations will only count once you've done the presentation. So I will find Marcus Aurelius again because I actually presented to him, right? And as a result of presenting to him, I'm going to come here to the follow-up queue. Now, we enrolled Marcus Aurelius after showing him the presentation immediately. You guys remember that, right? We didn't do follow-ups and all of that. We just went straight into an enrollment, right? But then after the enrollment, we did a couple follow-ups, right? And it shows here twice. All right, so if I come back in here, let's take a look to see what I'm talking about. So we went straight from schedule a presentation to met in person, and he purchased and he enrolled immediately, right? But then we had an orientation that was scheduled for the 9th, which was to show him how to use his product. So that gives us 1 point for that follow-up. All right. And then we made a phone call, and I did another scheduling of another appointment. That's why it shows as 2 follow-ups. All right. 2 follow-ups. Okay, so let's save there. All right. Janine, my brain is going back to that point on.
This is amazing. It's really amazing. Every time I see this over and over again, I just say, this is the greatest system I've ever seen in 20 some odd years.
All right. Yeah, it's really fascinating. All right. And guys, don't forget, you can look up in the corner here on the question mark to find out what you need to do for your medals. Okay. So I'm going to come back to you guys now, and I'm going to ask if you guys have any questions, anything that you would like me to solve or clarify for you. Very happy to do it. Everyone's quiet.
Beverly.
Go ahead, Beverly.
Okay, I have a question on a person that's in my contacts, and they bought a machine from one of my distributors, my downline. So I want to add her to Bizrunner because I've been contacting her recently.
Okay, so repeat that one more time.
Okay, so someone in my phone, in my contacts on my phone, and I recently connected with her, and she purchased a unit from one of the downline. So I want to show her as being a distributor.
Okay, so you have someone that's in your team, a downline person that you want to start contacting, all right? But the person's already a distributor, but not in your organization.
Right, correct.
Okay, all right. So let's go back. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, she's under me, but she's under like a 3A under me.
Okay, so let's have a conversation here, and we could talk about this and then make a decision, because this is Enagic, right? So under Enagic, we have a lot of leaders on here, and some like I'm going to School of Champions right now, and one of the things that Tamia is requesting that we do is that we have to have a certain amount of sales in our downline, right? So we have personal sales, and then we have to have sales that's happening in our downline. So we need to track both those numbers. So another way that you can take credit for the sale in your organization in order to meet with the person, if you want to enroll the person as a distributor and have the person show up under your orientations. I don't know if that makes any sense. So let me, and if you did that, let us know. And that way we can always know that this person had a sale in their downline organization. So that way we know that you are, when we do the difference makers, it's not that you made a direct sale, or you may have helped a person in your downline to close a sale. Those sales also can count as yours as well, because if you're going to pick up a check on it, it can count as your sale as well. So let's go to what I'm hearing, or I think I'm hearing Ms. Beverly say here. So Ms. Beverly, I'm going to add a new person in, okay, manually enter contact. And let's call this person referral, or you can say downline sale. You want to say downline. Okay, so this is a new one now, downline that you're bringing in, and you want to be able to identify, right? So downline, and let's say her name is Mary, Mary, last name Smith. All right, how much time do I have left? Okay.
It's 8:40.
Thank you so very much. So downline Mary Smith, we're gonna leave her phone number as this, and we're gonna say smith@gmail. Okay, great, and let's save that. All right. So notice in this situation here, take me to the next steps, right? It's a downline, okay? Or you can put the word referral, right? If it's a referral from someone in your downline wants you to take care of this person. You can put it as a referral, so you know it's not yours. In this case, downline, Mary, is not a direct sale to you, but the person is in your downline. So we're just talking about Enagic here and how do we track all of these things using Bizrunner. So by putting downline Mary Smith, you can say action taken. You can say whether you met in person, right? You could say met in person or made a phone call, whichever it is. And the result of the contact, you can put the person enroll in my business. Now, once you put the person as enroll in your business, you can select the type. And if the person is a distributor, you would select distributor and you'd set up the next time. I hope I'm not going too fast here, guys. Done and save. All right. So this person's a distributor. So let's go back now, all right, to the home screen. All right. So we got some medals on the board, right? We got medals for presenting, following up, and enrollment. So we're going to take a look in a second about that again. So what I want to do here before we do that is I want to go in here. And I want to put in, let's find Mary Smith. She's under M. No, she'd be under what? D. Should be under
Downline,
D.
yeah.
Downline. So we're going to find under Mary. So now let's schedule action taken. Let's say you made a phone call, you spoke with Mary, and you have an appointment scheduled for in a week. Okay? And you have a time, 5 p.m., done and done. Hit save. Good. So now let's go back to our home screen and see what we find. I want to show you guys what would happen with Mary. So let's go to our middle circle here, which will also open up our calendar for the day. All right. Oh my goodness. What day did I schedule Mary for? I forgot. Do you guys remember?
In a week.
In a week. In a week. Okay, so then today is the 30th. So then in a week would be, what today is, a Monday?
7th.
So the 7th. All right. So there we go. We find on the 7th, right? Mary's in the, Mary Smith is in here. But she's under orientation team's follow-up for today. So now, Miss Beverly, if you schedule an appointment to meet with Miss Mary to teach her anything at all, she will be in this area of your My Day calendar. So this shows you what you have on the books for today. How many contacts you have to make today, how many presentations you have to do today, how many follow-ups you have to do today, how many members of your team you have to meet with today, either by phone or in person. And it shows you here what you missed from previous days, things that you were supposed to do that you didn't do. Hello. All right. So this is the big, this area, you want to come in here and look at this first thing in the morning and see what you got on the books going for the day. All right, does that help you, Miss Beverly?
Yes, that's wonderful.
All right, and you could always, if anybody who does this in your business, you're only going to enroll that person on your Bizrunner if you're going to work with the person, guys. Hello, you're not going to just take credit for it on the call and you didn't do the work. You're not going to be helping the person. I call that, let me not go there.
All right, let the soul folks talk to you a minute, please.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Doc Holliday.
Good morning, everyone. You got me up and at this morning. I have a different scenario. I'd just like to run it at you and then we can talk about it. I have, in this little town I live in, a senior citizens community center. They eat daily lunch at 11 o'clock, well, actually from 10:30 to 12:30. I had a presentation in August, and we did the presentation for 30 of the seniors. Out of 30 of those seniors, we now today have 20 of them that are on a water protocol for 5 weeks so that we can get them oriented to drinking the waters starting from the 8.5 level going to the top of the 9.5 level. Each day I go to this community center and I refresh their empty bottles. So I have put all of them into Bizrunner as community center contacts. So when I go to the number 2 and I go back and I put their name in on that day that's, well, actually I don't put their name in, their name is in already. But on the second day that I give them water, because every other day I give them fresh water in a different level. So we can reach the top of the 9.5. It takes 5 weeks to do that. I'm not getting any benefits when I go back into the number 2 circle on Bizrunner.
Okay. So let me ask you a question, Doc. So the first thing I heard you say, and that is, so you did a presentation for these people, right? And you said 20 of those people are now on a water share, correct?
Yes.
Now, the 20 people who are on the water share, each of their names are in Bizrunner, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the question that is, you said, so it sounds like you have everyone in the contacting queue and you haven't, on the day that you did the presentation, you should have gone in there and say, presentation, let's go back in and show you again. All right, let's hold on a second. Let's go back in here. All right. So again, it's important, guys, if someone, I'm going to go to my contacting queue here, and I'm going to select this person here, Caprice, right? She's in my contacting queue. Doc, in order for you to get credit, action taken in this case was you met in person and you gave a presentation. That was the first step.
Ah.
Right? You have to say that you gave the presentation. Once you gave the presentation, the next step is they haven't enrolled in your business. So you gave the presentation. So now 2 days later, you're bringing them fresh water. Okay. So you're bringing them fresh water and you're going to be doing that for 5 weeks. So you can say, and you bring it around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just making this up here, and hit the done. You can put a note here. You can say presentation completed, 5-week water share, beginning 5-week water share. 5-week water share. Okay, and then you just put a save note in there. So notes can come before, they can come after, it doesn't matter. All right, so
Okay.
your presentation shared, you have an appointment scheduled, you can say presentation completed, beginning 5-week water share. All right, if I click on save that, where would Miss Caprice go to in my circles, Doc?
She'd go in your presentation, go into the presentation circle and stay there.
Would she be in the presentation circle? Are you sure? Why would she be in the presentation? You already did the presentation.
If we completed the presentation, she'd go to the next circle.
Which is?
The contact, circle number 5. She's going to 5.
No, she didn't buy anything yet. She was in the contacting queue and you shared a presentation. So she's going to bypass circle number 3 and go straight to circle number 4, which is follow-up. So if I click on follow-up, I should find Caprice at the top in my list here because I have moved from, I've done the presentation and I registered her for a water share. She didn't buy anything.
So they will stay in follow-up until they make a decision on the purchase of a unit.
That's correct. So now if I open her up here, it says status follow-up. And it says here result of follow-up. So action taken. Let's say you met in person and you did a water share, shared, that's H-A-R-E-D, 9.5 water with Caprice.
Yeah. They all start out at 8.5 and then go through the 5 weeks.
Okay. All right, for Caprice, okay? So now that we have that, we do a share here. And now that we have shared 9.5 with Caprice, All right. You can schedule, right? Result of follow-up. What was the result? So the result of is scheduled another one because you're doing 5 weeks of water share. So you're going to schedule another follow-up. All right. When is that going to be? It's going to be from 2 days, right? 2 days from the last day. So you're going to be taking water to her on Friday. And you're going to hit the, you know, at 2 p.m., whatever time, done, and hit done and save. Now,
Thank you
if
for
I go,
clarifying my thinking.
so right, so you have to, guys, this, the result, the action taken and the result of, it could be presentation, it could be follow-up. The result of that is what's going to determine where the person moves to next. So I'm going to put a little arrow on my screen here to remind you the focus is on these 2 positions here. These are the 2 that's going to, if you don't answer these questions correctly, you will not move the person forward in Bizrunner. So I'm going to put a note here for those of you who are going to watch the replay. You must answer these 2 questions to move your prospect forward. I hope I'm using the right language here. All right, so I'm just going to put this right here.
Thank you for clarifying my thinking.
Okay, so you won't get anything. So that's one more thing before we go here. I'm just going to go back to my medals for today. All right, and you see here, look at this. So sometimes, guys, you think you're not doing very much in your business. See, that's the thing we want you to understand with when we do Bizrunner and E90. You may think that you're not doing a lot in your business, but you're doing quite a lot. You're just learning how to track what you're doing. And that way you can see how well you're actually performing in your business. So look at that. In a short period of time this morning, we have quite a few medals for what we've done. We had 1 new name added to the list. We had 3 effective contacts. We did 3 presentations, right? We followed up with 6 times, 2 water shares, right? Plus, you see how much things? And you have had enrolled 2 people into your organization. So, so when you think you're doing a lot, or if you're not seeing what you're doing, rather, let me change that. If you don't see the work you're doing, you're gonna quit. You're gonna get frustrated, and because you're knocking your head, just running, and you're not seeing the result of what you're doing. This keeps you engaged and excited about your business. All right, so guys, we only have a couple more minutes. I'm going to pass the time to Cherie Stevens. Cherie, good morning. Thank you again so very much. Janine, thank you so very much for your help this morning. It's so awesome to work with leaders who are doing a great job. I see Sam is on. Guys, I just want to let you guys know, Sam is crushing it, okay? Crushing it in his E90 course and his Bizrunner. I just want to let you guys know that. So Cherie, pass the time on to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nakima. This has been really, really good. I could see, I was keeping track, it's been over 30 people waking up, investing in their business, giving their time to learn Bizrunner. And my question to everyone today is, what if you were totally engaged using Bizrunner, for your contact manager, fully using it, learning everything that you're learning here, and in doing that, and having the people on your team, your teammates, doing this as well, having gold medals across the board, having any medals across the board, what do you think your business would look like? It would absolutely improve. So I challenge you to get your team members on this call, enroll them during the week after the difference maker call today. Get them enrolled on Bizrunner if they're not. Get them signed in and show them how to get on BizRunner live training next week and show them how to get these medals. Because when you see that and your business starts improving, it's just magic is going to happen. And you can see the performance with everyone as a team. I'm gonna challenge my team with a contest. Thank you, Nakima, for saying that. Everybody likes to win something, whether it's a flip chart, whether it's a dinner, a massage, something. I'm gonna think of something to challenge them. So thank you to everyone for being on this morning. Nakima, thank you. It was a great job. I love the visuals, and it's so very helpful. I love to see people engaging. Doc, you're learning so much. Thank you for digging in. So after this call, we have a call on our regular difference maker Monday morning, the RI training. It's investing in your business. So get your sheets out and get ready. And just to make really quick announcements, we have this evening with Clay Stevens. He's going to be talking about how to learn and get around on your Execute 90 for those that are enrolled. And if you're not, come on and look. It's e90master.com. Just come take a look and learn how to utilize your Execute 90. Thursdays, we have the Execute 90 overview with Nakima, and that's the same code 273-886-555. And on Saturday, oh my gosh, y'all should have been there. Jenny and Coach Ken rocked it with Why Own a Personal Franchise. And it's the same Zoom call. These calls and these trainings and these presentations are all to help everybody build their business.
I'm lip syncing.
So thank you so much. We'll see you. Hang up and dial right back in to Difference Maker Call. We'll see you there. And if everybody can just say thank you to Jenny and Nakima and to each other. This was a fantastic training. Thank you.
Thank you, Nakima. Thank you,
Thank
Sheree.
you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You
Go on the
put
next
my
Monday.
thinking on this old brain.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Jenny. Thanks, Sheree.